think you guys know what time it is, right? It's time to let the fuckery come in.
It's random thoughts coming live from every stereo. Area codes east to west, check the scenarios. North to south, follow the streams that were forming out. Randos assemble at the start of the countdown. Here we go, dropping words and thoughts. Embark on this series with angles, Ramos, the Don. Steph, the soul provider, ADV with the chillness. Lyrics, the barbarian, the crew speaks realness.
Part of the game, all in the name, simple and plain. Dumb shit, do it again. On live with the jokes, real live quotes, spoken with facts, the laughs are intact. Welcome to the madness, true words spoken. Pure intelligent fools, the rhetoric's cool. Bet on this quartet, more than entertainment. It's a series of talks with thoughts that's random. Let's go.
Random thoughts. It's the perfect place to jam about whatever's on your mind. We don't have the time to hear random thoughts. We love to hear it all, streaming live for all the go. We know you're gonna have it all, saying random thoughts. Cause we're here to lift your spirits, just stressing and tell us we wanna hear it. Just let it out. Random thoughts. We have the cure for your Sundays. We'll make your week better in one day. Let the rhythm say random thoughts.
Turn me up. Turn me up.
On Sunday.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Sundays are fun days.
Turn me up. Turn me up.
On Sunday.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Peace, and welcome to another episode of Random Thoughts. I am your host, the LYR to the ICS lyrics, y'all. Hey, yo, it's a cloudy ass day here, Sunday, in beautiful Brooklyn, New York. You know, just chilling. Yeah. And, I just found out today that Von Miller signed with the Denver Broncos. You know, it's unfortunate that it doesn't go, but yo, hey man, I wish you nothing but success in all your future endeavors, Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? And we just signed some bum ass cornerback. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still a Bills fan. If he feels offended, I don't know what to tell you. You know, you have to prove yourself. That's it. Otherwise than that, man, you know, baseball popping, hockey's popping, women's soccer's popping, you know.
Woo!
That's it with sports. And the Celtics just beat the bum ass Spurs. I think it was 121 to 11 or 131 to 111, some shit. I forgot. But yeah, like I'm happy, man. Let's go Celtics. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Otherwise than that, bro, what's popping?
Spring is here.
Woo! That's a fact.
Spring is here.
Spring is here. Like, it was like 70 degrees yesterday, 76 yesterday, and it dropped. It dropped to cold. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was like cold, man. Cold.
Well, let me tell you something. It's 80 degrees over here, so it's beautiful.
And that shit dropped to cold that night.
It's beautiful. Nah, let's see. What's it gonna drop to? 66. I can deal with that. 66. I work with that.
It's 49 here in New York. It's supposed to drop to 45.
Yeah, because
that's what it said. Yeah.
While looking smaller. Yeah. I know. He's losing that weight. He's looking good. I got to get on that train. I need to get on that weight loss train.
Or the mother, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tiffany.
Wait, let's get another round of applause for that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Where are we?
You know, Evans, clap. I'm tired of you not clapping.
Did you just not hear my claps that I just played?
Oh shit, my fault, man. I thought Steph.
I played mine too.
But we did a double claps. Okay.
Double claps, yeah.
Oh shit, my fault. My fault. My fault. All right, yo. That's it. Yo, Steph, what's going on? I'm sorry, man.
Man,
Oh my god.
but more
I
there
was
to
wrong.
say. I mean, y'all know who it is. It's Steph, y'all. You know, your number one. Wait a minute. I gotta find my job. Yeah, y'all know who it is. It's Steph, y'all. I gotta do that properly, you know. Dang, where's my joint? Oh yeah, here we go. Your number one favorite Ravens fan right here. So, you know, just wanted to say hey to y'all. I know lyrics love that one. But we're here for another episode of Random Thoughts, and I'm here with the crew, you know, my bros. I love you guys. If you know, I want to say that every time I'm up here. I love you guys very, very much. I appreciate you. I love you guys. That part. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. I was a little sad before I got on, you know. I guess I'm just being a woman, having emotions and whatnot. But you know, no, I'm okay now. And a peace to Tiffany, the number one rando. The one who, well, we wouldn't have randos without Tiffany. But yeah, I was on the phone with her, and you know, we were talking, catching up, and you know, she always puts a smile on my face. So shout out to you, Tiffany. And yeah, all is well. Other than that, you know, I still have a job. Still paying these bills, still able to eat, still have air in my lungs. So yeah, it was a good week. And you know, we were able to put my grand aunt to rest. Rest in peace to great aunt Anna Laura. Went to her funeral, and it was a great send off, and yeah, it was beautiful. And I got to see, you know, extended family from South Carolina, so that was pretty dope too. But yeah, other than that, yeah, all is well. You know.
I got a question for you though. Like, you
Uh-huh.
sure nobody got clothesline, or there was no chair shot or nothing like that? There was no. Because you know, it was two family members like, I don't like that nigga, B. I was like, bro, that's it. Like, nah.
Nah.
Nah,
I told you my family's not like that. I mean, yeah, we can fight, you know, we can scrap, but we leave it for the outsiders. You know what I mean? People that don't roll with us. That's how we.
Listen.
I'll close on them.
I feel you, but I'm telling you, one cousin that don't like one cousin that didn't like the other cousin from that part of your family, and it's like, don't get that nigga. Like, I'm trying to tell you, they like that. They ain't telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
But that's what's up.
I mean, no, look. We all have a family member that loves to fight, and it's one of my first cousins.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say
yes,
I know the person that loves to fight.
Yeah. We all got you. Already know.
I'll say this. I'll say this. They weren't there.
Cousins wasn't there.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
I know Advent, he got like family that like to fight, and he ain't gonna say nothing. Yo, Ad, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Peace. What's going on, y'all? Hey, then look, yeah, that's how we do
My bad.
it.
I was trying to help out.
It's all good. It's all good. Peace and love, y'all. ADV in the spot, Advis, and we're here with another episode of Random Thoughts Talk Series. Shouts out to all the randos, day ones, and even those who are jumping on now from YouTube. Check us out on Twitch, as well as, I'm not worrying about Facebook right now. We're not facing that. I think we got something going on with X. You let me know, Steph. And besides that, also follow us on the website, www.randomthoughts.com. I'm not going to spell it out. I'm going to let the spelling bee champ do that, but he hasn't been spelling in a while. I don't know what's going on. But to get to what Steph was saying, I told you, I think last season, I told y'all about the funeral that I was at for my homie's mom, which again, she was like a mom to me, and that whole bear spray and fighting incident at the end. So
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, that was atrocious. I'm glad that did not happen for you, Steph. But yeah, it was atrocious.
You
Other
said
than
somebody got choked out, right?
no, they didn't get choked out. Like as in, like they just got hands put on them, and then the bear spray came up out of nowhere. Like he was on the floor, but yeah, and I got hit a little bit with it, but that's like the aftermath in the air, not like straight up in the face. Like half of my side of my face was burning, but
Yeah.
Besides that, the week has been, at least the weekend has been productive. So a lot of good things to come, as well as I was telling Steph, letting y'all all know. Yeah, starting back up Instagram next Sunday. So when we're on here, I'll be back on Instagram, all the shenanigans and freestyle Sundays and stuff. So we're just prepping behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up. So you're gonna be back amongst the animals and the wolves. That's what's up.
I'm just gonna do what I usually do, man, and just try to stay focused, and especially don't drain a lot of my time into the death scroll. So
Well, I mean, you already know how that goes when you're online, man. Hey, Smiley, what's going on? Yo, we are great to have you back. You know what I'm saying, with the foolery and the shenanigans of online. For those who need me to spell it, it's RANDUMBTHOUGHTZ.com. Randomthoughts.com. All right. Yeah. Rainbows. What? Oh, yeah. What's going on? What's up, Rainbows?
What's going on, man? Not much here. Another Sunday. Yeah, that's about it.
I need to get a sound effect. I need to get a sound effect for Corbin Dallas. I need to get that sound effect and put it in there.
Wants to use one of the clips for something.
Thrilled.
Yeah.
Something.
yeah, for something.
For something.
Crazy. Yeah. Let's quickly go in the house cleaning real quick. I just wanted. Here's a couple of birthdays that I have to shout out. First off, happy born day to happy belated born day to the homie, Carnage. Carnage born day was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Carnage? You know what I'm saying? That's the homeboy. Joe, what's going on? Peace. I also want to say happy born day to Truly Unique, Days of Born Day. You know what I'm saying? Truly Unique, what's going on? One half of Ninja Fire Podcast. They actually had a podcast joint on what was it? It was on Instagram. Like honestly, they inspired me to do this. You know what I'm saying? To start up Random Thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So every time I shout out either Sarah Connor or Truly Unique, you know what I'm saying? That was Ninja Fire Podcast. You know what I'm saying? I always gotta shout them out because their podcast, even though it was short lived, like they inspired me to do Random Thoughts Talk Series. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? And once again, happy born day, Truly Unique. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to send a happy born day to my ex-girlfriend. You will not say her name because I do not want that to be a drunk. Yes, you already know who it is. Like, say today's her born day. Happy born day to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy born day shout outs. And tomorrow will be my dad's, would have been my dad's 86th born day. You know what I'm saying? Happy heavenly born day, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Love you, miss you. You know what I'm saying? And that's most definitely. You know what I'm saying? And I also want to send a very happy born day shout out to everybody on my Facebook page because I forgot some of y'all born days that happened. Happy born day to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Happy future born day. Shout out hashtag Team Aries. That's for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still a pain, but I love y'all. You know
Aries season.
Aries season. And you see
that was a hater. Aries always win.
You see, Steph is hating. Like, see, I'm congratulating. Even though I'm a Virgo, I'm congratulating. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hate. You know what I'm saying? So,
I
um,
love y'all. I love y'all.
wait, wasn't Smiley's birthday too this past week or some shit like that? Smiley, wasn't it
April.
your birthday or something?
Nah, it's in April.
Was
His
it
birthday.
April?
Yeah, it's April 13th, right?
Oh,
Steph the hater.
Man, I'm
yo,
gonna
where's
see
your
you next.
mama, B?
Joe, I'm gonna see you next week. Don't worry about it. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. I'll make up for it. All right. Anyway. Y'all be all right. You
We are gonna be alright. We Aries. Aries are like cats. They land their feet all the time.
Yo,
Every time.
y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. I'm not.
Wait.
I'm not. No.
Wait. I gotta see when Mecca's birthday is. I think Mecca just had a birthday. I think.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I think Mac Born Day did happen. Like,
Wait, let me see. I want to make sure. I always forget. I know he's an Aries though.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, he is. Mecca.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot, man. Like it explains that too. Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? No diss, man. Shout out Mr. Mac. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the homeboy, man. Like, you know what I mean? Matt Hopper, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what the hell is the podcast again?
Huh? The why am I? You making me think too much right now because I was looking up his birthday. My expert opinion. My expert opinion.
My expert opinion.
My expert opinion. That's what it's called. My expert opinion. Man,
shout team, my expert opinion, you know, podcast and all that. You know what I mean? My fault. Steph got some issues going on right now.
I don't have any issues. You have some issues.
Had some problems.
No.
Yo. Oh my god.
Yo, what's going on?
Nothing, man.
Yo, Steph, you back? You with us?
Yeah.
Shit.
That's you, bro. That is you. I've been here. I don't know what you're talking
about. Like, I thought this shit was about the wall, man, or some shit. Yeah.
I'm looking up Mecca's image. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking up Mecca's image. That's it.
Oh, all right.
We might be a little.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on. Because I wanna put him on. We got.
You want to put him on to do what?
Oh, damn.
Oh.
This thing sucks. This thing absolutely sucks. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry,
there he is.
Oh, there he is. Oh, you want to get this shit right here. Yo, get a happy one. Get one with him and two chicks or some shit like that. Like,
hi, Mecca. I gotta remember when your birthday is, but happy birthday. I know you're an Aries, so happy birthday. Anyway.
Yo, Mr. Mac, happy born day, man. If we missed your born day or shit coming or something, I don't know. But
I don't know if we're late, but I know it's around this time.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we'll get that Mr. Mac on one of the episodes in the near future or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we'll see. But yeah, is there any other birthdays and shit? Anybody else who want to shout out real quick? You know, any deaths? Like there's been a couple of deaths lately, like which is kind of crazy.
I can't think of any right now.
And I was reading some of that. So, oh yes. Rest in peace to young Scooter. Young Scooter, he was 39 years old. Rap from Atlanta. I think he was signed doing. He was signed on somebody label.
Yeah, that's the one that passed away recently. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that got.
Yo, you were breaking up really badly. Really badly.
Yeah.
But let me see if I got a picture of him. What? Oh, you got quiet on us. Here we go. Are you mute? What? Why are you quiet? What's going on? Oh my God. Anyway, rest in peace, young Scooter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's very young. What was he like? He was like, wasn't he like 26? I think he was like 26 or something like that.
Not too sure.
No, he was 39.
He was 39? Oh, okay. I know he was fairly young. That's all I know.
He was 30. He was 39.
On his 39th birthday. His 39th birthday.
Oh, it was his 39th birthday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They called it a freak accident.
Yeah, that's what it says right now.
But then I heard that he was running from the cops or something. And
Oh, so he shot
while he was running away. That sounds like a lawsuit to me. Let's see.
Oh wow.
Yes, that's what it sounds like right now. Well, rest in peace to young Scooter.
The thing is, if they sat there and they said like freeze, you want to arrest. I said it, and you know, say like they gonna see that he had some type of reason to shoot him in the back. You know what I'm saying? No. Oh, well, whatever. What?
Yo, man. Let's get to the show, though.
Yeah.
No. Got it.
For real, Joe. I thought it was right. Okay. Come on, man.
Because it's time.
Should we just play the recording?
Okay.
Yeah,
because it's time to let the fuckery commence. Let's get it.
Okay, lyrics. Here go.
We about to get into the episode 7-13 or some shit right now.
7-13. Yeah.
Okay, 7-13. The truth behind children's stories. So, like, who came up with this shit?
I don't know who came up with this, but it's an interesting topic.
Oh,
yeah.
It sounds like an Adviz idea.
Again, we're all brain, so I don't necessarily remember if it was or not.
We are, but this sounds like your idea. This sounds like you came up with this.
Well, we talked about Disney. Remember Walt Disney? That was one of our other favorite folks to always reference. So we talked about some of the Disney movies prior.
Nah, nigga. I see what you're trying to do. And you know what? That was very intelligent for motherfucking that don't catch what you was trying to do. Okay? Because I blame Walt Disney on a lot of life's problems.
Yeah.
Play that shit on you want. I blame Walt Disney on a lot of life's problems, on a lot of life situations. Okay? Snow White, Cinderella, and all those motherfuckers.
And the new Snow White came out, yeah.
They're the reason why we have problems in dating as is. And we're going to get back to that shit next week. But right now, let's go to these children's stories. Shall we? Let's start off. Okay?
Well,
y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready. I'm gonna bring up some stuff through my research that I came across. There are a couple of articles that I want to reference real quick. Let's see.
Do it.
Oh wow! Man, you did your you referenced an article.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, there's one, but I can start off with this. This one I know. This one I know off the top because I know a couple of stories behind some of the stories. I know most of us know the ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy, add tush, we all fall down. We know that one, right?
Yeah.
That nursery rhyme. We know that. Do we know that it was based around the bubonic plague?
Yes, bubonic plague. The rings
So-
around the rosy are the lesions, I believe, right?
Yeah, the lesions, the rashes that you would get. The pocket full of posy was the posy was the ointment, I guess, the salve that you would put on the rashes. So people will walk around with posy and use it to relieve themselves of the pain that you would get from the lesions. Yeah. We're about to get real traumatic in here, Joe. So yeah, but the posy came from that. Atush is actually the sneezing that also came with having the bubonic plague because there was a lot of chronic sneezing.
Oh, I thought the ashes was for
I
the
thought it was
burning of the
ashes.
bodies.
I thought it was ashes. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
ashes.
I thought
It's
burning of the
atush.
bodies.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
ashes.
the sneezing. Yeah, some people say ashes, but it's actually atush. It's the sneezing. And then of course we all fall down. There would, the bubonic plague was like one of the worst plagues to hit the world globally. It took out, I think it was like 3/4 of Europe, pretty much.
Goodness.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. Joe, it's okay if it's. I mean, I'm sorry if this ruins anyone's childhood, but I mean, this stuff is real. But they said this to. They would say this nursery rhyme to kids as a cautionary tale, basically. During that time, because I mean, it was real. Bubonic plague. It was going around really rampant, and eventually they found out it was from rats, the rats that were on the ships, and they were passing them to the humans around. And what was I gonna say? I'm trying to think, but that's what it basically came from. But yeah, that's one example. Does anyone else have any examples?
I just looked up some right now. I remember the one about London Bridge is falling down.
Oh, okay.
I remember that one.
Let's go on to that one.
So there's still it's theorized. So there's a few theories around it. So of course London Bridge is falling down, and then ended with My Fair Lady. So one of them is saying that it was referring to a Viking attack on a bridge in 1009. Another one is saying that the fables about the bridge's foundation was made of human children remains.
Oh my goodness!
And the only way to keep the bridge standing was to offer another child. Woo!
But
that's a little woo. Another one says that it deals with the degradation of an old bridge over time, which calling to repair it. I mean, that sounds more logical. And
I got to write up too after you're done.
Yeah, and then Lyric's favorite one, it says Walt Disney created a cartoon version in which the bridge was brought down by age and fire destruction.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few.
And you want us?
I'll read this one.
You want to really fucking believe that Walt Disney was really about that children shit? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I blame Walt Disney. I just hope we don't get sued.
Okay. Well, let me read this. Let me read this. What this is? This is from, what is this? Mental Floss.
Yeah, sit around. I'll break this shit down.
Okay. In 2006, Fergie got saucy with some of this classic kid tunes lyrics, but the original song wasn't much better. Depending on she did do the song London Bridge. Depending on whom you ask, London Bridge is falling down could be about 1014 Viking attack, or the normal deterioration of an old bridge. More specifically, many sources tie the nursery rhyme to the alleged destruction of London Bridge at the hands of Olaf II of Norway, sometime in the early thousands. Alleged because some historians don't believe that attack ever took place. The song's popularity around the world is often cited as further proof that it was the Vikings who created it, believing that they brought the tune to the many places they traveled. There's a pretty big problem with this explanation, though. It largely hinges on Samuel Lang's 19th century translation of an Old Norse poem that seems to mirror the well-known London Bridge. The translation begins, London Bridge is broken down, gold is won, and bright renown. That apparently illustrative similarity is no accident, though. It's quite likely that the translation was in fact intentionally mimicked the already well-known nursery rhyme. The more accurate translation from years later renders the similarities between skaldic verse, the skaldic verse, and the children's rhymes basically non-existent. So that's what I'm reading so far. So basically, what Abbott says mostly.
All right. Well, I'll break down Cinderella. All right.
All right.
Hopefully we don't get sued. All right. So this comes from a dumbass perspective. So, all right. So the story of Cinderella, right? She's living with a three-step, with a fucking stepmother, three-step sisters and shit. You know what I'm saying? They all got invited to some balls and shit to meet this Prince Charming ass nigga. She wanted to go. She didn't go. But then she meets some magical witch or whatever that helps her go. You know what I'm saying? Hooks up with a nice suit, a carriage or whatever, but she gotta be back for 12 o'clock. Alright, so let's get to the meat of this shit. She goes, she meets this Prince Charming ass nigga. They fall in love. You know what I'm saying? They say they're dancing and doing all this dumb shit. She realizes the time is coming close to 12 o'clock, but she leaves a glass slipper.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then she goes back. Go back to the crib before midnight, before it's her actual pumpkin, whatever. So you got this Prince Charming ass nigga, aka the Sim, with magic slipper, with the glass slipper, trying to find who it belongs to. AKA the Sim. Okay? Right there. So then he finds the motherfucker, or so I say, he finds the chick, puts on the glass, the glass shoe, finds out, oh, it's Cinderella, they happily ever after. Really, my nigga? That right there entails the simp that's trying to go after a chick that goddamn well he has. Oh, no, what's going on? What I was saying? Oh yeah, about the simp that's trying to find a woman that's way above his league. They don't live happy ever after. Because guess what? We're in a society now where it's very hard. It's the needle in the haystack to find somebody that's going to be faithful and true to you. I'm not saying it's not possible, but look at how shit is. You feel me? Maybe that was for another lifetime, but yeah, like it's fucking ridiculous. The story's ridiculous to me. Hence, I think Walt Disney. That's it. Anything else?
Blame men.
Oh my goodness.
I think he's gonna say that. I think he's gonna say it. Well, I got that. You're a part of us. I mean, in the LGBTQIA plus way. You know what I'm saying? But you're part. So guess what? If you say blame men, Blame the Israelites. You blame you.
No, I'm more woman than male. So.
No, right? Like you
more
you
female
said
than male.
you blame me, right? Blame you. Nah, don't jump to the female side because you want to blame men. Fuck out of here, man. Go ahead. I blame that magical witch and the glass slipper. I blame them.
Okay.
And you know who else I blame? Walt fucking Disney.
We're back
Hey,
at it.
blame me. Blame me. Hey, blame your headphones for the crunch, okay? Yeah, that's what we need to blame, all right?
Fuck y'all in my headphones. All right.
It muted you. It muted you. Nah, that's cool. Yeah, so okay. We have any other stories? So I can read some more.
I was looking at the Rock of My Baby one. That's the one I was looking at.
Rock of My Baby, yeah.
Yeah. Which when you think about it now, yeah, they getting on you lyrics. Getting on
it's
you right
wild.
now.
Yeah.
Look.
Rockabye Baby is wild.
Yeah, like literally. It says Rockabye Baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall.
Yep.
And down come baby, cradle and all. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
so
I mean, you don't even have to get the explanation behind that. It's just like when you really think about it, it's just like, yo, what?
Yeah. Hey, look, when I was even before the Simpsons did it, because they did an animated version, like in the first season of the Simpsons. I think it might have been the first episode. But they had Marge singing it to Maggie, and they had the visual of Maggie in the treetop, and then the branch breaking and Maggie falling, and you just see like you see Marge's face, and she's just like, "What did I just say?" Like,
yeah,
I don't think I should be singing this to my kid, you know.
For real.
Yeah, so.
Look, and this is what it says. It says, like I said, we can say easily assume it depicts a horrific setting for a child. One popular story is that the child in the rhyme is the son of James VII, who some believed was smuggled into the birthing chamber in order to give James a Catholic hair. The wind is thought to refer to James' family's members coming in to overthrow the child, and the cradle is referred to the royal house.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's more of a like a metaphor.
Yeah, which then it says when the original was first printed, it had a footnote that read, "This may serve as a warning to the proud and ambitious who climb so high that they generally fall at last. Some interpret this as a threat, but others view it as plain mockery." Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to get my windows right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's try another one. I know another one. I know the Muffin Man story, right?
I mean, know the story, but yeah.
Muffin Man. Yeah, the Muffin Man. Yeah. Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Yeah, that one. But yeah, that song. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. But yeah, apparently, and this is not like completely confirmed, but from what I've seen from what I've read, basically it was based on a serial killer.
Yeah, I've heard that version as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was a serial killer that was a baker, and he would tie a string to bread, and he would lure kids into the alleyways and basically, sexually assault them and dismember them. And he was like a very prolific serial killer during that time. I think it was in might have been the 1500s, maybe.
Good.
But yeah, yeah. So yeah, that also has a very a lot of these nursery rhymes are like cautionary rhymes.
Yes.
To warn children of like any kind of impending danger. So
yes.
yeah, so that was what the Muffin Man was about.
What about our favorite one, which I know shouts out to Sub, end up doing a whole project, Jack and Jill.
Oh,
Just
Jack
like
and Jill,
play
yeah.
off of, but the play off of course, we know who he was sending reference to. But
Right.
let's look
Shout
at
out to
the
Jill
nursery
Scott.
rhyme. Yes, let's look at the nursery rhyme. What does the nursery rhyme say?
She actually did hear that that mixtape too, by the way.
Yo,
Yeah, she heard the song that I did, Golden Lady.
Oh yeah. Man, I played that. My mom liked that song too. She really did.
I'm
But then she was
particularly
like,
proud of that one.
yeah.
How?
And she was like, isn't this sound like this was a part of the Stevie Wonder or something else? Like my mom was over here picking out what it was sounding like, where it's coming from. But yeah, she liked the song.
Yes, it was a play on Golden Lady by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah,
man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Doing the background vocals for that track was like one of the hardest. That was one of the hardest harmonies I've ever done. Because you really had to think through, like it was very, because Stevie writes very very intricate rhyme, or not rhyme schemes, but he does that too. But he writes very intricate chord progressions.
yes.
So you have to kind of work around his chord progressions, and it was just like, wait, how do I? It took me hours to work out those harmonies. But I'm very proud of that particular project. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, y'all can hear me. We good?
Yeah, stay wired. Yep, stay wired.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Well, man, fuck y'all. Fuck you mean, man? Like,
don't play. You don't play, but you still gonna play. Why?
I love y'all niggas, man. But fuck y'all, man.
No, we just trying to help you out, man. You sounded all crunchy over there.
Nah, like, nah, yo, that shit get me hype. That arigato, Mr. Roboto shit be like, yo, chill, man. Like, chill on me. Chill on me. All right, so I got a roundtable question for you guys. I was thinking about this while resetting this.
Okay, then after
what happened?
No,
I'll get back to the Jack and Jill after.
Jack and Jill reference, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, cool. Oh yeah, y'all were talking about Jack and Jill and shit, right? And the Muffin Man and all them niggas.
Yeah, we brought up the Muffin Man. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. All right. Like, I'll tell you my favorite one, man. Like everybody knows this one, but anyway, let me get to the question here, the roundtable question. So we're gonna start off with Avis. What is your favorite children's story or nursery rhyme, and what did you learn from it?
Man, my favorite children's story
or nursery rhyme.
Okay. I'll say the one that pops in my head all the time, because I will use it for reference with students, is the Boy Who Cried Wolf. We talking about children's story, and just the lesson behind that of not only just being honest about what you're saying, but the truth and how your words can, be detrimental, but then also it can be helpful at the same time. So the more you keep lying, you're gonna end up losing trust in people. Just based off of, you saying something that's there and it's not there. So then now when something really happens, nobody's gonna be there to back you up in the corner because you came out to already be a lie multiple times. So yeah, that's always the first one that pops in my head. I know there's all the other Aesop fables that's out there. I know there's the one with the crow and the fox, but like when it comes to like children's stories type stuff, it's the children's stories. I don't really think of nursery rhymes that much because the funny thing is the ones that pop in my head now are some of the ones I learned in Spanish. So in my head first before like regular, just like the regular nursery rhyme.
You are
the Spanish one. Like the first one that pops in my head is about the owl, La Lechuza. Like that's the first one that pops in my head.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Steph, I'll ask you the same question, man. Like, what's your favorite children's story or nursery rhyme, and what did you learn from it?
My favorite children's story is Hansel and Gretel. That's my favorite one. Because I love food, for one. No, but you know, like I think what I took from Hansel and Gretel was like the fact that like a sibling bond is very strong. That's what I get from it. Like a bond between a brother and a sister, or just siblings in general, and how you rely on each other to get out of adverse situations. That's what I think about when I think about Hansel and Gretel, because they were in a very precarious situation. You know, they're out in the woods, and they get lured in by this old lady witch, and they're about to get, you know, baked in the into goody treats, and they find a way to get out of it. So that's what I think about when I think about Hansel and Gretel. It's a very, very good short story.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Eric, I gotta ask you the same question, man. What's your favorite nursery rhyme or children's story, and what did you learn from it?
I think my probably favorite as a kid was probably Pinocchio. I have a different interpretation as a child, as what I learned later on about a lot of stuff that happened in the story. But,
Okay.
But as a kid, you see, this shows you the dangers of the world in a way. You have to, and the lying, and how lying can get you into bigger, worse situations. So it's a matter of morality. But yeah, I learned a lot more things later on. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. That's up. Mine's you guys gonna laugh and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna read Joe's real quick. Joe said, how about there's a hole in my bucket, dear Lisa? Have y'all heard this one? What's up with that? Oh, Liza, sorry. She said, why don't you get a new bucket? Why are you singing to Lisa? Who even is Liza?
It's Liza.
Oh, man.
It's Liza.
He fixed
No,
it.
I said Liza. I fixed it. But I haven't heard that shit. Like I haven't heard that one like that. Just want to put that out there. The Golden Girls ruin. He said the Golden Girls ruin all the childhood stories, like the one called Hansel and Gretel. Wait, Hansel and Hansel. Another one, the boy who cried. Man, listen.
Wow.
The boy who cried continuously.
Yo, that was definitely Rose. Those were Rose stories, definitely. Those are her St. Olaf stories, I'm sure.
Yeah, she completely fucked up them stories, man. Like, God damn it.
Every time, man.
Yo, but the one that, like, there's many children's stories that taught me lessons, like nursery rhymes and all, the ones that you guys mentioned. But the number one for me was Humpty Dumpty.
Mm.
Why? Because the shit was funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. The shit had me. I ain't learned shit from it. It was just funny as fuck. Like Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's men couldn't put his fat ass back together again.
I got you. And there's even interpretation for it too up here. So if you want to know what they had evidence wise, I can after.
No, thank you for the interpretation, but it was just funny to me. Like, who gonna clean up all that yolk in the middle of the street? Like, who gonna put this fat motherfucker back together again? Like, we ain't got time for that shit. You just clean them up and keep it moving. I did wonder that shit. Like, yo, why did you sit on the wall? First of all, how did your fat ass get up on that wall?
Oh my God!
Seriously, how did you get up on that? You fat round motherfucker! How did you get up on that wall? Like who lifted your fat ass up to get on that wall?
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Yes, Steph. I have it here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
Oh,
he said laugh my ass lyrics and what did he say?
Anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic a fell off a wall. I get you. My question, did anyone scramble them? I'm hungry.
Oh my goodness. Well.
See what I'm saying? It's mad joke.
That is hilarious. Since you're talking about stuff like that, there it says
I don't have shit from it. It was just funny.
And I'm sure they didn't care about hygiene either, you know, back in that time. But anyway,
so
you had a big meal.
Yeah, shut up, son. All right, go ahead.
So it says there's no evidence to where history placed this simple little quatrain about couldn't be put back together, but there are a number of theories. The version we know today was published in 1810. Some believe it refers to the average village drunkard, and others believe it's a reference to King Richard III of England, who was often portrayed with a humpback. The story is that King Richard III went to war at the Battle of Bosworth, where he fell off his horse and was chopped into pieces by his rivals.
Oh, well, there it is. Was he a fat motherfucker? Like Humpty Dumpty?
He was portrayed with a humpback, so
I guess he was portrayed to be a fat motherfucker. Like, because that shit, I'm sorry, that shit was hilarious to me. So, like, I'm just saying.
There's another one too. There's one there where it says Francis Gross's Classical Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue from 1785 defines Humpty Dumpty as a short, clumsy person of either sex or also ale boiled in brandy.
What?
I like
so wait. The person, who doesn't like sex? We all love sex. Shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta have time to do it. What?
I said some people don't like sex. That's why you have
sex. Yeah, well,
asexual.
No. Anyway, no, go ahead.
See, no, I'm saying I kind of fall under asexual, not by choice, but more by circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Until I get asexual feeling with another chick back, but we ain't gonna talk about that at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because no, I'm saying I love sex too. You know what I'm saying? Who really does? Come on, let me tell y'all something. Okay, I respect asexuals and sapiosexuals and all that shit. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect where y'all trying to come from it. But let me tell you something. If you find somebody to make your dick hard and your coochie wet, you're fucking. You ain't gonna say nothing to none of us. But you know that I know that you fucking. Stop playing with us. Like, stop it, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh boy, lyrics what? What are you boying lyrics for? What I do? What am I gonna do? I'm just saying. They ain't gonna tell us. They still gonna act like asexual, but they gonna have asexual moment when they bucking.
Hilarious. Okay, rapper.
Okay. I hope they're clean down there. Anyway,
Me too.
Good luck, guys.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm stupid. Go ahead. My fault.
Let's see. What's some other ones?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to get back to the Jack and Jill, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to get back to Jack and Jill. We didn't do that one.
Okay. And let me...
I can bring it up because I got it.
Right,
let's see. One of the most common theories surrounding the story's origin is that it's about Francis Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette, who were both found guilty of treason and subsequently beheaded. The other problem is that let them eat cake. Yeah, that part. Not cool. The only I would love to eat cake. The only
me too.
Oh my god. Yeah. Eric, stop. Okay. The only problem
Who started it?
I know I did. The only problem that is the problem. It's always my fault. The only problem is that those events occurred nearly 30 years after Jack and Jill was first written. The most likely story attributes the rhyme to the 17th century king of England, Charles the First. I'm not I can't see it. Apparently, he attempted to increase taxes on alcohol, which were generally measured in units known as jacks. After that failed, he instead reduced that of a jack about 1/8 of a pint. And in turn, the gill, which is twice the size of a jack. So the gill's increased price came tumbling after. So womp womp. Wait, let's play the appropriate music because that was whack. That was whack.
Was that the remix or some shit? Like,
that was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That was terrible. Is that what you were gonna read, Advis?
Yeah, it had that there, but then let me see. It just put more in detail that it was beheaded and then came tumbling down after around 10 months later. So yeah, it was just about the same.
Okay.
Damn, and oh man, like, I'm hearing this shit. This shit is giving me like this shit would get somebody depressed. Like, damn, I'm never singing none of these fucking nursery rhyme song shits ever again. Like, fuck, B. Like, damn, we need some new ones. We need to make up some new shit. like all this happened from tragic events.
But we do have them. They call
hip hop is one of my favorite.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
They call hip hop songs.
But yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
But I prefer the Sub and Steph remix of it. So yeah, I prefer that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that. That's on the original one.
You know what? I might play that video afterwards.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah,
think
you want to hear a funny story? You want to hear a funny? You want to hear a funny story about that video? So boom, right? I remember BT, right, had a late night show back in like the early 2000s called BT Next. Not Next. BT. It played 99% of like nasty X-rated videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? From like too short and other. But yeah, BT Uncut. So boom, right? That's the first time I saw Substantial's My Favorite Thing song on BT Uncut. I cannot. I put this shit on. I put it on my dead parents. I swear. No. So boom, right? So one night I'm sitting there watching the BT Uncut shit. I'm like, yeah. So they got titties and ass shaking and all type of shit. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit. We got Stan song playing on BET Uncut. This some shit. Yo, I wanted to call Stan in the middle of the night, but I know he's probably asleep. You know what I'm saying?
We
like he'll go to sleep. Like, yo,
turn it into a clip.
Turn it into a clip because I couldn't believe this shit. Like that, but then I also saw Substantial's video on another BET show. You know what I'm saying? And this BET show, it wasn't BET Next, but it was something towards BET Next. I forgot what the show was called. But then it was like
on an MTV one before too, especially for
yes,
review.
Yeah, but the thing was, it first showed on BET. Like the Substantial My Favorite Things joint, like it showed on it first, but then yeah, it did catch on the MTV, and he was getting a little steam off that. I don't know what happened, but I know he was picking up steam from that. But it all started from BET Uncut. I cannot lie to y'all. I'm sitting there like, yo, this nigga standing on BT Uncut, and he got no titties and ass in the video. like who? How? Like, I'm like, yo, this is a regular video on BET Uncut. Like, yo, Stan, I hope you watching this, and I hope you're getting a good laugh. But yo, you gotta blame the motherfuckers on BET for that shit, because I'm sitting there like I was baffled. I was confused. I'm like they had no more titties and ass videos, or they just was like, yo, let's just premiere here on this BT show and see what happens. I don't know what the mindset was. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was crazy. Yeah, House Sway.
They played it. They played it right after Nelly's tip drill.
Yeah, I can't remember when the fuck they played. Like, what was before the video or after? But I just knew that Stan's video came up on BET Uncut, and I was like, nah, son.
They were like,
nah, they can't play my man like that.
They were like, too much TNA. Time for some NBA.
Oh wow!
Let's balance this out.
Yo, you know, Stan gonna kick your ass. Like, I ain't gonna be there to save you. Like, yo, Stan.
What?
Yo, Stan.
Hey, nah, Stan would be laughing with me. You know how Stan is. Stan is hilarious, man.
You know, Stan is. He can get hilarious, man. But like, I know Stan. Like, yo, show this shit to Stan, please. Yo, Stan, I'm telling you, I saw that video on BET Uncut. That was the first time I seen it, and I like no, but it's a really dope video, and the way how it that's one of the few but many videos, many music videos that to me it captured what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It captured what he was talking about. You don't see too many videos that capture what a person is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about one thing and then show some other shit. This video really captured what he was talking about. How hip hop was one of his favorite things. It just wasn't no, you know, oh yeah, let's just put this video out. And you know, it had quality, it had some type of substance, he was actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was standing on business with the video, and it was good. It was really shot real good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, shout out to Matt Hobbs.
Overall.
Shout out to Matt Hobbs. He's doing. I think he's still doing like skateboarding videos and like, because he was getting a little more money off of that. But shout out to Matt Hobbs. We were happy to be like one of their earlier videos. Like Stan sought him out and liked the work that he was doing before. He did a few videos. He did that one. He did It's You, I think that was the first one that he did. And then My Favorite Things was after that. And then he did a couple of videos with Cunning Linguist. He did KKKY, and he did what was the other one? The one about getting high off of weed brownie. That one.
KKKY?
Yeah. They were talking about Kentucky and how
Not
okay.
What you was thinking, sir.
Not
because think about it.
Get your head
hold on. No, it will forever be in the gutter, because guess what? I named the song KKKY. So like I get what you're saying, but like no, blow my ass. Like, think about it. Their names is Cunnilingus, KKKY. It kind of goes together from a mindfuck perspective, if you get what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't tell me it was about Kentucky, I would think about Cunnilingus, KY Jelly. You know, yeah, I would think that. I'm sorry, you know, but shout out to Cunnilingus though. You know what I'm saying? But I would think that.
Oh my god. Oh, wait,
I would think that.
Nah, but that video that they did was for Never Come Down. That's all.
Ooh.
Matt Hobbs did that video too, and I thought that was like his best work. Never Come Down. If you haven't seen that video, you should. That show is amazing for that time. But yes, My Favorite Things was amazing too. He did his thing on that. But shout out
he damn sure did. Yeah, like you said, Matt Hobbs.
Matt Hobbs, yeah.
Well, yeah, like he damn sure did his thing on that one, and like you know what I'm saying, like it like I said, it was everything a substantial video for that time, like everything substantial video I would expect for it to be. You feel me? Which was super dope. You know what I'm saying? Memorable in a sense. You know what I mean? So I'm just being real with that. Word the mother.
But yeah, those are our modern day nursery rhymes. Okay, so and then some of those are dark too. But but
I mean, but the new nursery rhymes that are out right now, man, it's all about fucking. Because we in generation EFE. Everybody fucking everybody. Either that or like how we shouldn't say certain things or canceling or whatever the fuck. We live in a real super sensitive society. And if these nursery rhymes just came out now, no, fuck that. Steph, you know I'm telling the truth. If these nursery rhymes came out now, the motherfuckers that created them would be canceled.
They'd be canceled now. The stuff that we talk about.
I think they are canceled.
They're still trying to cancel some stuff right now. Yeah, I mean, this administration. Let me tell you, this administration is trying to take certain words out of social media. We can get into all that at another time. But let's
poke the bear this time. Please, let's do that. Because let me tell you something. All right. They know these fucking restaurants been around for centuries. Okay? Mm-hmm. They've been around for a long fucking time. Now you niggas want to sit there and switch it up because it kind of pokes the bear and it's super sensitive and we shouldn't. It's like you're taking away our First Amendment. Stop it.
Again, I mean, this administration is doing way worse. They want to get rid of woke. I say it all day. Woke. I woke up.
Woke mother. That's it. Woke motherfucker.
Stay woke. Yeah.
No, that's
so
gonna
anyway.
be going. Okay.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, and then Beyonce's I woke up like this. That's gonna be going too.
I woke up like this.
No, that need to be gone. Bye. I'm sorry.
That's a great song.
Talking to the Bayhive, the president right there. You can't talk shit about the
everyone who doesn't want to be flawless. Men should be flawless too.
Of course you want to be flawless, but I just don't like the song. I'm sorry.
I woke up like this. Come on, man. Be flawless.
The only flawless I'm gonna get is a flawless victory in Mortal Kombat. That's what I'm going to get.
Okay? That's what I'm talking about.
Whoopsie.
Flawless victory.
Exactly.
Flawless victory. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Word the mother. Like, no, but I'm just talking shit. But but like for real, man. Like, shit is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yo, Joe. What the fuck, man? Yo, don't read that shit, man. I have my eyes hurt.
Hey, let's go back to the children's story. Oh my god. Let's see. Baba Black. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's go for it. You got something for it, Steph?
Let's talk about it. All right, Baba Black Sheep. This is what Mental Floss is. Though most scholars agree that Baba Black Sheep is about the great custom attacks on wool that was introduced in 1275, its use of the color black and the word master led some to wonder whether there was a racial message at its center. Oh, speaking of politics, anyway, its political correctness was called into question yet again in the latter part of the 20th century, with some schools banning it from being repeated in classrooms, and others simply switching out the word black for something deemed less offensive. In 2011, news outlets reported on the proliferation of Baba rainbow sheep as an alternative.
Wow.
Oh my god. How are we sticking to the same subject? We didn't plan that. We didn't plan that. I promise you, we didn't plan that.
Yo, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think that's ridiculous, but okay.
I mean, this is random thoughts. I mean, you know how it goes, but
Oh my god.
woo.
Rainbow sheep. I'm sorry, Joe. I know we family and all that, but yeah, that's
I mean, Steph, remember when we also were talking about how they were redefining women who can have babies, and then also started to name it, calling it a bonus hole. So that was a whole other situation.
That a bone. Yeah, that's
Damn. A bonus hole?
that's just disrespectful.
Wow. Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. It is.
Bonus hole. Yeah, bonus hole is that's. Come on. We didn't have to take it that far. Now I will say with some of the women that are like, oh, we're women, we can have children. No, not all of us women can have children. So no.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm just
appreciate
saying,
that.
Look, whatever they want to do with their bodies, and I'm okay with that. Everyone has the freedom to do whatever they want. If it's not harming anyone, if no one's getting hurt behind it, I don't care what you do. Do what makes you happy. That's where I am.
Yeah.
That's my nursery rhyme. But not really. But yeah.
No, but thank you for saying that, like all women can't have babies. You know what I'm saying? But if I said that shit, I'd get attacked. So,
yo, Joe,
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Bob Bert.
This guy Joe, Joe, at least, he real with it, B. Like, Joe is funny today on this one, B.
Yeah, Joe's on point today.
Oh,
he's on fire.
He's
on fire, man. Like, word the mumble. No, but all right. So let's talk. Let's actually cross the line here. Okay, because and this used to actually hit home when my son went to public school or whatever. Not junior, he was in grade school when this happened. I know that there was a trans person that was had like a book out, for kids or whatever. I guess it was talking about this person's life as a trans person. Remember that?
You said what?
They were going I said there was I guess a trans author or whatever, and they were going to schools, second, third grade schools, classes, and they were reading a book like My Life as a Trans Person or something like that.
Okay.
Article or the clip or whatever.
Okay.
I've got the person's name.
You saying?
But you know what I'm talking about, Steph. Excuse me? Fuck you. Can you hear that? Can you hear? Fuck y'all. Right? You hear that shit? I hate y'all motherfuckers, man.
Oh man. Jazz Jennings. I think that's Tiffany. I think that's the person's name.
Yeah, Jazz Jennings. I think that's the person's name too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but did you guys actually read that book or check it out?
No, I haven't had the chance to check it out. No. What? So what about it?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I took a glimpse at the book from online, and I'm like this. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. You know, there's some stories that are meant for kids. There's some stories that are meant for adults, and I get where they were trying to go. But as a parent, even though my son is like 18 going 19 right now, as a parent, I got to look at it from a different perspective. You know what I mean? I feel that kids have the right to be kids. You know, like Steph. I remember you talking about this before, and yeah, you. I remember you saying you knew a little girl that knew that what sexuality they were when they were like 8 9 years old or something like that.
Yeah, I knew
When
me.
they were kids.
I knew me,
No,
buddy.
no. Besides
I
food, how do you
I
say
knew I
that?
was queer without knowing the word queer when I was like 4 years old.
I said, don't play.
I just knew I was different. I knew I liked girls. I knew other girls didn't like girls like I like girls, but I like girls.
But you know, that's still to this day, that's still kind of a controversial topic because of the fact you still have parents that strongly believe that that shouldn't be pushed to their children. You know, and like I just wanted to poke the bear there. You know, and I want to ask another roundtable question. And that's why I mentioned it. So I want you guys to be really honest. So we're gonna start with you, Steph. Um, I mean, I can't really say if you had a child or whatever, but like you got a shit ton of nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you feel about if this person came to their schools when they second, third grade and reading their book? Do you think that's pushing the agenda or pushing the lifestyle to them, or you feel that they're just reading children's book to them? Like, I mean, how do you feel about that?
I put it, man, I look at it this way. It's like when we read stories about civil rights or, you know, Black Pride and things like that. Are we saying that we're pushing in an agenda? You know, all kids should be black. All kids should practice Black Pride and power to the people. I mean, are we pushing an agenda? That's how I look at it. I mean, we want to, the purpose of it is to inform people about these things that are happening, these things that are real. The civil rights movement was real. The Black Power movement was real. You know, I don't know why we always have to say that, you know, a trans person telling their story or a queer person telling their story is an agenda. I don't like when people do that. Like, it's not an agenda. That's who we are. That's our life. That's the story that we're telling to anyone that will listen. I mean, if kids have, it's not an agenda when it comes to kids. We're just letting them know, like, hey, you're gonna come across an individual who identifies as these particular people, and they are gonna have questions, just like they have questions about anything else in life. And you should be a parent that should be, well adjusted enough to be able to talk to your kids about these things that are real. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, that's not real," like that. It's an irresponsible thing to be like, "Oh, don't listen to them. Oh, they're just pushing an agenda." That's, they're just trying to get more kids indoctrinated, and that's not what it's about. It's about them telling their story. And if they have a question about, okay, what is this, or what is being gay, what is being queer, I had those questions when I was a kid, and it was crazy because my first lesson was the F. I asked one of my uncles, "Oh, what's a bundle of sticks?" That's what lyrics and I say.
Yeah. What's a bundle of sticks? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And of course, he said, "Oh, that's a gay person." And then I did more research. I was 9 years old. I remember, I was 9 years old, and that's when I actually began to understand my queerness. As a, I mean, I'd come to realize that it was a, derogatory term, but I did more research and I began to understand myself more when it came to that. And that's when I started learning about being a lesbian and, some of the biological aspects that come with being queer, because it's not just an identity, it is biological. It's just that, we don't necessarily know everything that comes with being queer, it's been stuff with the research. But yeah, man, I'm tired of people saying like when a queer person tells a story or when a trans person, goes to a school or goes to a library and tells their story, it's an agenda, because that's not what it is. We're not trying to indoctrinate kids. We're just trying to tell our story so they can be more well informed, as they grow and get older. And again, if they have questions, they're able to, do the research and find those answers, and not feel like if they do feel that way, they don't feel isolated. They know there are more people out there like them. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay, cool. Could somebody send Tim the link? Seems like she really want to jump in this shit. All right,
Yeah.
so Eric,
There's the link, Tiff. It's in the comment section.
cool. Okay, Eric, I asked you the same question. I know you don't have any kids right now, but like, I'm assuming you got nieces and nephews or something like that. Like, so let's just say you have a niece or nephew, whatever, and like I was saying to Steph, this person comes in and reads the book. Would you feel that's pushing the agenda? I know, Steph, that you feel you don't like the word agenda. I'm just saying that for the sake of this question, pushing the agenda, or they just reading the book, telling the story.
Well, I don't have an issue per se with like reading a book or whatever, or like represent. But the thing is, what's been happening in the past few years, and we all know, is that there have been certain information that are given to kids at a certain age that it doesn't necessarily fall in the place of the school as educators to be teaching the kids that. And I understand that that there are times are changing, and kids are learning information at a earlier stage, and because of the internet, it becomes a number of things. Because there might be other children who might be privy to some information or have learned something, hear certain words, but I do think that the education system needs to be, for example, like there's gonna be parents who are bigots, and there's gonna be parents who are just not comfortable with their children being taught sex education at a certain age, regardless of the reason why. I think it is I think there is a line that the education system or educators can cross, specifically the board education. I'm just going to call board education because that's what's kind of called in New York. I'm sure they might call different things, whatever. Doesn't matter. But that was what I think what happened in the past couple of years, that there were young children being taught sexual things, and it might be religious, it might be whatever have you. But I don't think you should be. I think you need to get the parents, the parents' approval for certain things, not necessarily this or that, but in talking about there needs to be like when I remember back in the day when I was a kid, and when there were certain things like that happen, or like assemblies, whatever, that there were things sent to the parents to inform them what was the events of the child's school year. And I feel like that's not been happening as of late, because there are a lot of angry parents coming out saying, why wasn't I informed of this was going to happen? And I think the parents at least to be notified at the very least that this is the event, your child's going to the event, this is the event we're having in school, and this is what the details of the event. I think that's at the basic level. The educators or the board of education or whatever district needs to inform parents of what's happening to their child, what information their child is learning. That's what I think. I'm not saying in this specific thing, but I think itinerary in general, like if the kids going to the fucking zoo or the kids being, or there's a speaker coming in, the parents should be informed of what's happening in their school.
I'm gonna say that should happen across the board because I don't want my child hearing "Rockabye Baby" or do you know the Muffin Man? That should come across the board.
We need more serial killers. We need more serial killers in this country. Let's make them.
Well, yo, guys, yo, you stupid.
No, I totally agree with.
Hey, what's up, Steph?
Hey, Lyrics. Hey, y'all. I totally agree with what Eric said and what Steph said. I mean, I'm a mom. I want to know what you plan on telling my kid because maybe I didn't introduce that to her yet. And maybe now, I might have to because there are trans kids. There are people who are different. So I want her to treat everybody with respect, but I also want her aware and not confused. And that's my job. So yeah, if you're going to have an assembly on something like trans rights, or you're going to read a book that's centered around, a trans person, what's the word I'm looking for? A trans person, coming into their own, that's cool. That's their story. That's their life. I mean, I want my baby to know, just like mommy had to figure out who she was and her dad had to figure out who she was, this person had to figure out who they were too and use their proper pronouns. Give them the respect you want them to give you. So I agree 100%. Now it crosses the line when you start trying to teach my baby something that you didn't tell me about.
1000%.
Because now my baby's coming home asking, maybe she doesn't know what a lynching is and y'all showing her, even if it's illustrated, if I never told her, baby, they used to hang us, she looking confused. Like, I mean, am I going to be hanging from a tree? Like, I know that's a big, analogy, but you feel what I'm like? If it's something that I didn't touch on, give me a minute to do that. Let me do that because that's my job. But I do want my baby to know the ways of the world. And our house ain't like everybody else's house, and vice versa. Some kids have two dads, just like you got two moms. Some kids have they might have three dads, or another person involved. That's their life. That's how they do things. And I don't want my baby judgmental, but I also don't want her so oblivious to the world that she sees something and can't process it.
What is that on the screen?
No. Try not to laugh. I'm trying not to laugh.
What is that?
Do you want to play with my balls?
That cannot be real.
That is real.
That's so wrong. I know that.
It's not a real children's book. It's not a real children's.
I'm pretty sure.
That's a real.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's not what it's about, but
I wasn't talking about that. Like, I damn sure was talking about this book. Like, this sounds like and today, ladies and boys and girls, I'll be reading a book called "Do You Want to Play with My Balls?" Like I would get arrested just for saying that shit. I'm good. Nah, I'm not reading that.
And the crazy part about that is that 9 times out of 10, those second graders, those third graders, they're gonna start laughing just like you laughing. They thinking what you thinking.
Well, yeah, because every student and every kid now has been, they have so much access to the internet. So now jokes that used to be in older adult cartoons, or then even kids cartoons, they're there now. There's so many windows, so they're picking up on it so quick. Like,
do you want to play?
What is going on?
Like,
no.
What was that one? What was the next one?
He's the author and the illustrator.
Do you want to play with my box?
Oh my god!
I love it.
I'm here for it.
I love it. I'm here for it. Like, this is total stupidity.
Just to kind of throw into what you was talking about, there was a friend of mine that was going through something, and and I was talking them through it, and they are a trans person, and I literally had to explain to Willow what a trans person was, and I'm thinking, oh shit, maybe maybe this was too much for her, but she got it, and she got it right away, and it made me proud. You know what I mean? So if she sees somebody, or even she hears the word, she knows what it is. And she knows to ask them, what do they prefer? She don't necessarily know what pronouns are, but you know, what name do you prefer? She knows that much. You know, you got to give it to them in ways and bits and pieces that they can understand it. You don't need to make things that are, you know, way out there, you know, too big for a child to digest, but they do need to know that there's other worldly things out there outside of their household. Because I feel like if you don't do that, it's setting them up for failure, and it's setting them up for them investigating shit that could really get them killed or get them hurt.
And I want to.
Well, I mean,
let me add the age, the developmental age of most children is between the ages of 3 and 8 years old. So if you want, once they get all that information between that time span, that's basically what kind of adult they're going to be when they grow up, because they don't do a lot of, like, most kids don't do a lot of changing after the age of 8. Like the basic foundation of a child happens between the ages of 3 and 8. So if you're going to talk to kids about, you know, gender identity, sexual identity, what have you, that's pretty much the developmental age that you want to get in. I wouldn't necessarily say 3 years old, but I would say like maybe 6, 7 years old, maybe even 5.
I respect.
Wait. You would. So I would put it this way, because that's when I learned about my identity. Like
everybody's. Oh, go ahead.
But what I'm saying, I became a well-adjusted adult because
I was about to say I did a good job. Bitch, I did a good job.
Yeah, because I came to know who I was. Like, that's how I became a well-adjusted adult. I started learning about myself when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that they should go off the deep end as far as sexual identity or gender identity, but you should definitely give them an introduction into, okay, this is Aunt Claire, who is, you know, what have you,
right? Who might have been Uncle Clarence at one time, yeah,
right, exactly. So you know what I mean? Like, you have to give it to the child.
Tiff, you are funny.
No, but it's the truth. You have to introduce the child in doses.
What?
Like, not definitely throw.
No, but like, no, and you know what? I partially agree with you. You know, Tiff, Steph, with all due respect. No, ain't no bro. Like, I agree with you to a fault. You do have to give it to them in pieces. And I understand that the developmental age is between 3 and 8. I do agree with you on that. However, you know, you have to be careful with that because of the fact that it could go off the deep end. You know what I'm saying? They could be in situations that's like situations of like confusion unless you sit down and have that discussion with them. You know what I'm saying? And I never, you know, I was telling you, like, one time when my kid was asking what a trans was, you know what I'm saying? Like the old thing that we can't say here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I remember telling him, you know, because I think the teacher was teaching him this. He was in grade school at the time, and I remember telling him, like, yo, you gotta, like, you know, and this is just the way how I raised, and you know, it's like I told him, it's like, if she asks you anything about that, just say, yo, listen, you know, I'm a child. I'm just trying to, you know, pay attention on being a child. Because I'll be honest with you, information like that, I feel that the kid is growing up faster than what they need to be. A lot of kids are growing up faster than what they need to be. Like, their childhood is way past ahead of them. They end up having to grow up at 8 or 9 years old because of whatever the circumstances they have to deal with, or they were fed information too early. There is such thing as being fed information too early. Like, it has to be in steps. And I do agree with that. You feel like me personally, I feel that they need to know something. Like, if they have to learn about the LGBT plus community, this is just me personally, I would say around like 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying?
I will push back on that, and I'll say that because you have certain kids that don't understand certain things that happen in life. You know, like they'll make fun of. You know, they'll find kids are cruel. They can be cruel. They can talk about.
Yes, they can.
They know the gay kid when they see the gay kid, and then
right, or the handicapped kid, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And that kid ain't done nothing to you, but here you go with the jokes, or here you go with saying something snide, and it's just like, I mean, is that what they teach you at home?
Right? Why you a little F word? Why you a bundle of sticks? Like, if you don't have a kid that learns, that becomes well-adjusted. No, but what I'm saying is, but I grew up with that. I saw the gay boy that would jump up and play double dutch with the girls, and the boys would call him a bundle of sticks because they didn't grow up in a household that was well informed about that kind of thing. Like, even kids that had were differently able. The kid that had Down syndrome, they got made fun of because their parents didn't teach them about kids with Down syndrome and the effects that bullying has on them. But that's what I'm talking about. Kids need to grow up in a household where they can have these kinds of conversations. So when they do go out into the world, they're not becoming bullies and they're not making fun of these kids.
Right.
That's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Because I agree because this actually happened the other maybe like a week or two ago. Willow came home telling me the story about some kid that was dancing, and she's like, "Mommy, he's got no rhythm." I was like, she was showing me what the kid was what the kid was doing. She was showing me what the kid was doing, and I'm looking at her like, "Baby, you ain't got nothing either, but okay, we're gonna let you slide." And then out of nowhere, she said, "Mommy, he looked like he was stemming." And I instantly cut her off with that because stemming, that's a part of autism. So it's like the fact that you could correlate the two is cool. But when you said it like, he looks like he's stemming, do you realize that you coming across like you making fun of him because he's not stemming, but maybe you might meet somebody or see somebody that is, and you say something like that. That's offensive. And I'm telling her this, and I'm just like, I'm not yelling at you, but do you see where do you see where it's messed up at? I said, because that's like me coming to get you out of your class and somebody saying, "Who's that? And why she in a wheelchair? That's your mama?" You would instantly be mad, right? Because you would feel like they're making fun of me. I don't care because this is a little kid. You're a child to me. So I'm going to ignore you. And yes, I am her mom. But you would be offended. You get the correlation. So that way, the next time she sees him dancing, you might kiki in your head and laugh, but you won't say he's stemming. But the fact that you know what stemming is, Willow doesn't have autism, but you're gonna meet kids that do, and when you do, you can correlate that, and it doesn't come across like you're bullying them. So just because you introduce your child to something doesn't necessarily mean that you have to inundate them with it. Like, again, Willow doesn't know. She knows autism, but there are different degrees of autism. There are different levels. People do different things. People who have Tourette syndrome, they might say something out the way and we laughing, but she needs to know that person didn't mean it the way it came out. And yeah, we're laughing because it's funny in that moment, but you don't want to do it to the point where you're offending someone. So it goes back to what you said, Larry, it's about teaching. If you don't teach them at least the basics, then when they do, or if they do become inundated with it, they won't know how to act. It's the same thing like your kid listening to rap music. Back in the day, we couldn't listen to stuff with curses in it because you ain't finna be cursing at school. Willow listens to everything.
Let me tell you something. Tiffany, I can't even talk to you about that because I remember when I bought Raekwon the Chef and Busta Rhymes album. No, I'm lying. Busta Rhymes and Junior Mafia. You know what I'm saying? I had the tapes. And then my dad found the tapes. He balked at me. And then he was like, he told me to come to the kitchen. So he got one of those things, the tongues or whatever, and burned my motherfucking tapes. You know what I'm saying, man? And I'm like, he's like, yo, we need to go listen to this rap bullshit. I was like, Dad, you know what brought me my first rap album? That was Every Be Rakim. Yeah, but they wasn't saying, it was the cussing and saying, motherfucker this, bitch that. So he took my shit. I was like, no, yo, Dad, come on, man. I was in my allowance. He said, well, your allowance is going up in flames. I swear, he burned the Busta Rhymes tape.
That's violation.
That was the coming. The Busta's first album and then Junior Mafia's album. I was writing them joints. And I was like, no, like, what you know? He was like, nah, man, fuck these motherfuckers. He burned the tape. And he was like, you been listening to this rap crap, this bullshit in my house. So you know what I did, right?
What?
I find a dude on the corner of Southern Texas.
You got the bootleg version?
Yeah, the bootleg, yeah. But guess what? I hid them shits right under my bed with my comic book. Fuck out of here. You ain't burning me.
Cause I know I used to love me some Lil' Kim. And you know when she came out with the Queen Bee album, you know, that one. And my mom didn't know nothing about that, but she seen the cover and was like, I'm not getting that for you. My whole thing is but you know, but this is my logic. Why? Yes, there you go, Steph. You know that was my shit too.
The one with Jay-Z on it. We gotta go.
Yep.
What?
Yep. And I knew it word for word, and I still do it. Come on, don't play with me. But you couldn't tell me I wasn't Kim, okay? But my point to what I'm saying is, I'm not that mom because you're gonna hear people say curse words. Shit, I say I'm from Brooklyn, so you're gonna hear them. But here's the thing: just because you hear them doesn't mean you have to go around saying them. And even if you want to say them, here's the thing: because you got a temper like I got a temper. This is me talking to Willow. You got a temper like I got a temper. Just because you hear them or you hear other people say them, you can say them in your head all you want. You can call somebody a bitch in your head all you want. As long as it don't come out your mouth, we good. So, I mean, shit, I be going to sleep and I watch, Family Guy. You know, remember that whole big controversy about Family Guy and American Dad? Oh, your kids shouldn't watch that. The fuck? Willow be laughing at the jokes I be laughing at. Because some of them she'll get and she'll understand. But it's all in your child and what you're teaching them and their level of intellect. So you can't act like, because you can't act like life ain't happening in front of their eyes when, you know what I'm saying, even when you're not around. There you go. I had both of those. My mom ain't want me. And my mom didn't want me to have, and she didn't want me to have Foxy because she knew I liked that dark color lipstick. And she's like, you don't need that. You don't need that.
Foxy, boy,
I knew what Nah was when I was a kid.
Me too.
Yeah. So I think we all did. And guess what? She has some nice. She has some nice.
They want me to have it because they look too grown. I'm looking like, but I know better. Just because that's what they're saying, and I'm rapping it. I know better. They got a record deal. I ain't got one.
No, but that Foxy rapper, I forgot about the Foxy rapper. She got some
shit.
Yeah, nice top and all that shit. Boy, goddamn, boy, you hear me? Let me tell you something. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? That's it. God damn, boy.
But I totally get what you're saying, Lyrics. I get it. You know, you don't want to flood your kid. You know, you don't want to flood your kid and have it where they're, you know, too grown too fast. But again, it's all in their level of comprehension or their level of understanding. Now, if you got some kid that got a lot of grown people stuff going on in their house, they're going to know about sex a whole lot more than Willow would. Willow knows the word sex, but she doesn't know what that comes with. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still a kid.
Hold on. This one thing I do have to say on that. Like, sorry, Steph. Let me say this real quick. You know, you can, no matter how many times you try to teach a kid right from wrong or what's best. I learned this by listening to Sky Zoo's joint Long Money. At least the end of it, the video where his moms was talking on. The voice actress that was playing the moms in the end of the video. And she said something. She was like, "You can." And I said this time and again on the show. It's like, yo, you can control what goes on in the house, but you can't control outside. You know what I'm saying? Like once Willow starts to develop, like have friends and develop relationships with other people outside of you in the home, you have to. And I had to learn. I looked at back at my life, and my mom was like, "Yeah, you ain't no street dude." I was like, "You may think I'm not a street dude, but my friend, like 98% of my friends are street niggas." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be in a mix to that action. But these guys, they didn't even know they either had a father or they never seen their father. You know what I'm saying? So, they kind of looked at him as kind of like a father figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had kids and even grown men when I was growing up crying because they never had a chance to know their father. You feel me? And I had to tell them that. Like, I grew up around a lot of niggas a lot of street niggas that, you know what I'm saying? They never had a strong male influence in their life. You know what I'm saying? They had maybe their uncle or other, male dudes that would give them game but they didn't teach them the essentials of life as being a man. You feel me? If that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's, in a sense, like, I always think about that when it comes to children's, growth and development. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so like when it comes to like no disrespect to you nor Steph. When it comes to the LGBT community,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you 100%.
I'm kind of on pins and needles with that. You know what I'm saying? As far as age is concerned, what right age is to teach them about that. You feel me? Like, I might be wrong, but sometimes I feel I'm right. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure it out.
I mean, but it all boils down to preference. But it all boils down to preference, and you know what your son was able to digest at that age. For me, it's the opposite. Like, I remember Willow telling me not so long ago too. She was talking to one of her friends, and how they was talking about how they don't listen. Their mother or whoever was telling you don't listen. That's why you always getting your butt beat. And Willow was like, I've never got, my butt whooped. My mom don't hit me she don't hit me. They looked at her like she had 10 heads and like she was lying. Like, and Willow was like, she doesn't have to. Like, I basically, like, I know not to play with her like that. It's basically the gist of it. But somebody else, they looking like, so she ain't never popped you in the mouth. And Willow's like, no. But again, it goes back to what is being taught in the home. You got some parents that tell a little girl, shut up, you little bitch. If I hear that, it infuriates me. Well, come here, little nigga. But you get mad if a white person walk up to that same kid, you little nigger. So it's just like that shit infuriates me.
No, it's funny that you say that. My mother, God rest her, man. She used to say, she like, come in my little nigga butt. Like, what the fuck is a nigga butt? Like, first of all, second of all, like, you know what I'm saying? But in the back of my mind, I felt it was disrespectful. But I'm thinking I can't tell her that because that's my mother. You know what I'm saying? So
it was a term of endearment.
Yeah, I kind of got that, but I was kind of conflicted on that. But I wanna add this the roundtable question before we get into final thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't ask him yet. Advis, I'll say this again. Like, I know that you got a nephew or godson or something. I forgot. Like, I think you have a nephew. So like, my nephew, All right. So let's say your nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling everybody else. Your nephew was in second grade or third grade, whatever, and this trans person came in and read the story. Do you feel that it's actually pushing that agenda, or they're just telling their story within that book?
Well, I say this in the words of one of your other friends. They're all narratives. Everything is a narrative. But it's when it comes down to the intention, that's where I have the issue. Is what's the intent behind it? Is it to inform, or is it actually to influence to a point where the child, or again the kid, isn't naturally finding these things on their own. It's being, like I said, it's being pushed over as a narrative, because ultimately at the end of the day, again, I don't have parental rights anyway. So I mean, I can tell my, whatever that would end up being, my brother or sister, like, whatever your kids learning at school, you might want to double check on that stuff. Like that goes back to, of course, the parents, but conversation is always a great thing to have, regardless of the age. It's just, again, what's the intention behind it? And then I'll be honest with you, there's some things that like give kids time to grow before that they even engage themselves in that, because especially now, well, I know you guys were talking earlier about the bullying and all the other stuff that was happening with, the kids and all of that going on. I'll be honest, the school I work at now, man, the kids throw it off so easily, as in like, oh yeah, she likes both boys and girls. Like, oh yeah, he likes boys. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's gotten to that point where like that's fine. The one that they're still working on, of course, is like, is that kid sped? Like, what's going on with them? Like, they'll have like questions and ask, but I think when those situations come up, it's important to have the conversation, because if not, they're going to learn from social media. They're going to learn from their friends that, again, at home, their parents is probably just spouting and throwing these things out there, so there's already a negative view on it. I think if you, of course, confront it before all of that stuff happens, it'll be fine. Like, yeah, if it's warned, if you know beforehand, like they used to do that, especially I think it was Family Life is what they call it, where kids was starting to learn about that 5th, 6th grade about, sex and like what happens when this comes here and that. But parents had a permission slip sent home so to see if their child wanted to, of course, be involved in it or not. They could sign on or sign off of it. If they weren't, then they wouldn't be able to, engage in that, and they would have to go to another classroom where something else is there. But I think it's just being fully aware of both the pros and cons with a lot of this stuff. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if they're well informed, they understand the other person's trying to tell a story and it's not trying to come across extremely negative and wanting to, just grab people in because we want to come for your kids and all this other different stuff. There's always going to be bad people and bunches in all areas, but you got to do your part to prepare your child for the world. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yo, that is a great take on that. I'll start off with final thoughts. Basically, the question is this. Tiff, we'll start with you. What do you feel is the takeaway off this episode? What do you want people to take away from this episode?
Who'd you say?
Tiff.
I said.
Tiff is not.
Tiff.
On anymore.
Tiff, she's not on anymore. All right, bet. All right, so I thought she was still with us. My fault. Anyway, Stephanie, I asked you the same question. What do you feel is the overall takeaway from this particular episode? What do you want people to get from it?
Okay, Tiff is back now. But we can get her in after this. Yeah, it's okay.
My bad. I wasn't expecting you to call me up to the floor. My bad.
Step ahead. Go ahead. Final thoughts. Let's go.
I was just having a thought though about what we were just talking about. Because I mean, I'm gonna ask you this question: how many drag queens became sexual predators? That's all.
Jesus Christ.
Here you go.
And my other question is: would you let R. Kelly read to your child the Pied Piper of R&B? Would you let him read to your child?
All right, here we go.
Well, you're playing.
And why don't we add Diddy? Okay,
We're just
gonna have a whole party of everybody coming right now.
Listen.
That you put on there about, do you want to come play with my balls or do you want to play with my box? This turns reading both of those books.
Hear what I'm saying. I'm going down a rabbit hole a little bit. I brought up
Jesus Christ.
There's a specific reason why I brought up R. Kelly, because R. Kelly called himself the Pied Piper.
The Pied Piper.
You know, the Pied Piper was a children's story.
Yes.
And what lesson did he get out of that? Oh, I can be the Pied Piper. I can play my music and I can lure these children away from my benefit.
Age is nothing but a number.
Let's. I'm sorry. You got to give me credit for that. You got to give me credit.
That's
For
hilarious.
that.
All right, Steph. All right, Steph, man.
Where's my inhaler?
Can you?
Where's my inhaler at? And Evans, you ain't no better.
Wait,
No, that's I told you. I told you. He inherited the evil. That was it. Like, yo. But
Hey, the moral of the
trapped
story
in the closet.
the moral of the story is don't teach these children these children's stories. That's all I'm saying. Then you're gonna get another
All right.
okay? That's all I'm saying.
All right. So Steph, that's you, Eric. No, because Tiff laughing. I'm gonna let her get them giggles out.
I'm speaking facts though.
No, you're all right. You speaking facts, Eric. What's your takeaway? Our thoughts. What do you feel people need to take away from this episode?
In terms of what, the dark history of fairy tales, or the stuff we've been talking about?
Overall, the truth about children's stories overall. What have we been talking about overall?
The shit that we talking about, that shit was better back in the days, is bullshit. It's always fucked up. There's been dark motherfuckers doing crazy shit, and the stories are reflective of that. And talk about these are dark times. It's bullshit.
Oh shit, yo. All right, so Tiffany, you got the giggles out your system. You good?
I think I'm okay.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you the same question. Because I was asking, but then you jumped out and jumped back in. But anyway, what do you feel is the overall takeaway from this episode? What do you feel people can learn from this? Final thoughts.
I mean, I feel like even with children's books, everything has a origin story. There's a reason behind everything. And then even going in deeper into it, from what we was talking about before, like, your child and you know where your child is paced at, and you know what you're comfortable with. So if it starts at home, then it won't be such a environmental shock, when, whether it's life experiences or schools bring up whatever. But I do want to have the option to, say yay and nay to what my child is learning. So everything has an origin story, dark and twisted more often than not, because of the world we live in and the world we came from. So, so I just feel like I'm going to just piggyback off of what everybody else said. It's, Eric, you hit the nail on the head. So, you took a lot of what I was thinking and said it already. And Evans, yes, you about to be the other bad influence, because you be sneaking shit in there when you think people don't hear you.
Because look,
he does.
I like this. I told you, Ed. It was gonna happen.
They be playing, and they just talk about,
yes.
And then it's like, okay, why don't we just talk about the bear? So like, I'm talking about social media stuff that they'll speak about. So I will be goofy in those ways, but realistically.
Oh my God! All right, well, now I ask you, Ed. That's the KOA music.
Case in point, see?
Okay. Yeah. But listen. Okay. Thank you. You crazy. Yeah, crazy. Yo, Advis, I asked you the same question. What do you feel is the takeaway from this episode? What do you feel people need to learn overall? Go ahead.
Yeah, just like we had mini Steph back when was a kid. Do your research, please. Like, at least know the origins. I agree with Steph and Tiffany on that, is with the origins of what you're learning. It's important that we just only don't take things for just the surface level and what other people are saying. You really go ahead and look up and figure out and make sense of stuff, because the more that we continue to do that, the harder it becomes for us to not only truly understand what it is, but then some people will just say, it is what it is, and I'm just going to leave it there. But we just can't say it is what it is, because if we don't change or look into it, it's going to continue the cycle that maybe you don't necessarily want to go down. So, yeah, just be mindful and just be aware.
Cool. That's definitely what's up. To answer the question, I'm just gonna leave it short, sweet, and to the point.
Man, screw X-Men
Stay-
Origins. That racist movie. Anyway, how
Dragon Ball
they
Z.
kill How'd they kill Darwin?
Yeah, you know, I was trying to talk. Damn, son. Like, but you right about that. You right about that. You right like that. That shit was that shit was racist. That was racist. Like,
He shouldn't have died.
it was. He shouldn't have died like that shit, man. Like that. That's fucked up.
And I
You know who died?
I don't know. I
Darwin.
don't remember the movie like that.
Darwin, the black guy.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
racist. That was
Yeah. That was. But you know, but Steph.
Transformers.
But Steph, hold on. Before we even get into all that, let me no. Before we get into all that, let me say what I got. All right. Listen.
We should.
I blame Walt fucking Disney. It is. I blame Walt Disney. I blame Walt Disney for all this shit. I said it. For the nursery rhymes, for these children's stories. I blame you for Walt Disney World. How about that? And it looked like a fun place, though. I've been there once when I was a kid. But besides that, I blame Walt Disney. Makes me go to sleep at night. Fuck it. But anyway, that ends this episode of Random Thoughts. Tune in as we get into episode 7-14. What is that?
What is it?
Dating in 2025 Reloaded. We gonna talk about some more shit dealing with dating, dealing with booty calls, these failed ass speed dates and speed date what is it, these speed date things they have out here, these speed date events. We gonna talk about more stupidity dealing with dating in 2025 and what we can try to do to make it better.
Already?
If we can make it better. And catfishing. Yep, already. The Christian mingles, the fat motherfuckers mingles, the skinny mingles, the Chinese mingles, the over 50 mingles, the over 60 mingles, all the mingles.
Farmer dating or whatever it's called.
They really got a farmer dating?
Farmer find.
They do.
No, I'm gonna go on that shit. I'm gonna go on that shit. Like I'm just gonna go just to see what it is about.
What's the other one?
Oh man,
Field is the new dating app too.
But we're basically, well, at least me myself, we're basically gonna be going into mainly these foodie calls and these failed speed date events. I mean, we're going to talk about everything else, but I want to talk about those two because that's what everybody's really on right now, especially the foodie dates. And you know what? We're going to save it for next week because like I'll get into a whole fucking rant with it right now. But anyway, we're signing off. Tiffany, thank you very much for joining us. It's just been a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like the first official rando, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? Round of applause. So for Famos Ramos, the vampire from Brooklyn, Aviz, aka the Black Akron, Steph, aka Steph Wonderless, aka your mother's favorite lover. This is the LYR to the ICS lyrics signing off. Peace. Because it's time to let the fuckery commence. Let's get it.
Mighty definition, yo. Sounds so beautiful.
Let's do it.
MCs kick rhymes to beats or acapella. Rap artists hanging year round through all weather. Our culture's evolving. What next will it bring? Hip hop is one of my favorite things. DJs, B-boys, and B-girls are so clever. They call it a fad, but we're hip hop forever. And we love our culture. culture to it we shall please. Hip hop is one of my favorite things.
Hip hop culture, a wicked life that's preyed on by vultures to fatten up their pockets. Some really thought they stopped it, then called it the fad or to the bad. When you're just an all wicked life, sure is a trip, and you live, beat what I say tonight. Started in the South Bronx, but the brother here's from Berlin. Humble mama sauce and MCs who be shining like Sterling. That's a whole nother song, moving along back to the subject. HIP to the HOP, man, I love it. It consists of 4 elements, some say 5 or more. Didn't know that till now, what the hell you rhyming for? There's breaking and rapping, DJing and grab. I add on beatboxing cause I practice that craft like... It's crucial when you spit and rhymes in the cipher with the beat that's quite useful. But then there was breaking, so you can stop that quite early. Cause I didn't like that I did that dance moves to hurt me. But still find popping and locking to be mad nice. Now all my energy is used only to grab mics and rock on to the dawn of early morning. I still do graffiti, just took my mom's warning and kept it on the paper to avoid central booking. But to hell with jail, I was more scared of butt whoopings. Now I'm a grown man with hip hop, still wake up in me. Love it for life, even if I never see 1 penny.
MCs get comes to beats or acapella. Rap artists tagging it round through all weather. Our culture's evolving. What next will it bring? Hip hop is one of my favorite things. DJs, B-boys, and B-girls are so clever. They call it a fad, but we're hip hop forever. And we love our culture to it we shall be. Hip hop is one of my favorite things.
Ignorant man made a statement that's so wrong. When he said rap music was an oxymoron. Most of us don't sing, some curse when they're rapping, and some of us do sample while others utilize scratching. But it's still all music, stop judging and listen. Some of the joints you don't like were the best songs ever written. No genre that was conjured has accomplished what rap has. Filled with brilliant poets who you thought just rap fast, and that's sad. Only heard when using curse words, racial slurs, and calling women out of their name and they claim that art graffiti is a real art like they rule the art world. Please tell me when did this start? Art is opinion, only techniques have guidelines. Smarter than what y'all thinking, I haven't even reached my prime. Don't try to diss breaking, cause I find that quite funny. Peep you in Times Square giving breakers y'all money, cause you know you love it from a close to our lingo. That's why most trends start with us blacks and Latinos. Don't take that as a diss, cause I'm telling you that it's not. All kinds of people have contributed to hip hop, making my culture more beautiful than it's ever been. Hip hop heads worldwide from Japanese to Mexican, taking me places I've never been. Peace to the veterans, swear on my life it will never end.
MCs get rhymes to beats or acapella. Rap artists tagging it round through all weather. Our culture's evolving. What next will it bring? Hip hop is one of my favorite things. Whether I rock ranks in the spotlight or remain underground, hip hop will still be my favorite thing as long as the earth is still around.